pulled his worn coat around him, head down and hands dug deep into his pockets, his trousers dragging on the footpath as he made his way back up the street. She knew he'd hang around and wait for her. He had nothing else to do, and somewhere there'd be a sunny area in a park where he'd relax until she finished. Now she needed to focus, think about what lay ahead. And yes, now was the time to get rid of the coat. Taking it off carefully, she folded it up, and after removing a manila folder, placed the coat neatly in the small bag she carried. An imposing sign, "Silo Mining," stared down hard as she entered the building, deep breaths doing nothing to calm her nerves. Reminding herself to walk with confidence, she looked straight ahead, eyes fixed on the signs that led to the inquiry desk. Her icy hands held the manila folder and bag as she tried not to slide on the slippery tiles that seemed to accentuate the clatter of her shoes as she walked. The receptionist on the other side of the desk raised her eyes as Jess approached. "How can I help?" Thank you. I'm here for the interview. That is, the job interview." "Which interviews are you referring to?" Jessie realized that the woman, who looked like a model out of one of those glossy magazines, was raising her eyebrows as she spoke, her tone condescending, as if she was talking to a child. "Are you sure you're in the right building? Perhaps you are after the Centrelink office? It's further down the street." "No, I have the right place. I'm here for the mining interviews." Jess tried hard to control the tone of her voice, reminding herself that this was not the time or place to use her typical street language and tell the stunning brunette woman in front of her what she thought of her rudeness. The receptionist's eyebrows arched higher, and she peered over the top of the counter, staring down at the shoes on Jessica's feet. Jessica's eyes narrowed, and she pulled herself up straighter. "The interviews we are conducting today are for the Silo Mining Corporation," the woman behind the desk said, tapping her bright red fingernails impatiently on the marble counter, speaking slowly, once again as if she were talking to a child. "That's the one," Jess replied. "Thank you so much. And if you could tell me which direction I need to go?" "Firstly, I'll need to check your name is on the list. We don't just let anyone walk in and out of the building. We have strict security protocols in place. Name, please?" Jessica bit her lip to hold back a sharp remark. "Jessica Bailey." Marking her name off the sheet, the woman, whose lips were now tightly pursed, handed over a plastic folder, the name Jessica Bailey printed on the top, and further details of the instructions for the day listed below. "Take the lift on the right over there, 42nd floor. There are toilets up there to try and fix yourself up before the interview." "Thank you so much. You've been so kind. I hope you have just the most wonderful day." Jess smiled sweetly and then squinted at the woman's name tag before saying the name slowly in syllables, as if she was having trouble reading it. "Miriam." Miriam glared hard at her before turning her back, ignoring the last comment. Jess's brown eyes flashed, revealing the direct antagonism that the woman had so easily provoked in just a few minutes. The clip-clop of her cheap second-hand shoes echoed as she tried to walk steadily across the glossy tiles, her hands now full with her bag and folders. For a moment she felt nauseous, the nerves kicking in as she realized the grandness of the building and those walking through it, so at odds with her life. The woman at the front desk had not helped her anxiety. Perhaps she was out of her league and this was a huge mistake. Today might only make her feel less confident and confirm that